I had, like, I internally debated whether or not I should do this. But I can't not do something I thought of doing. Like, I can't laze out. I'm just incapable of doing that. So, you may want to skip to the next episode. If it's out, I'm going to be clicking through the main game all over again with Reko alive instead of Alice, as if to check the dialogue, like what's different about it now that Reko's alive instead of Alice, if anything at all besides Reko having dialogue that does not contribute as opposed to Alice. Remember, in the first time we did this, although I didn't understand why exactly at the time, Alice was often somebody that you could do an extract on during this main game, but you never actually did a present or a conflict with him. He would just, like, always an extra thing, extra person you click down there at the lower right, and it didn't have any significance to the trial. Otherwise, besides being essentially a peanut gallery. And now I know why. It's because he was then easily it's easy to swap out from another character without reinventing the logic you go through in the class trial or main game. I'm mixing up the terminology. And I'll try to figure out some nonsense to spew while I'm doing this. Let's do this thing. Oh. Explain the rules again. I don't know how many people work on this game. I know there's one name that I encountered. I think it's Monkey-Dai, but I don't know how much of this he does himself or whether or not he farms out. So what does the modeling and the dial and the writing and the background music. The background music for this has been so far extremely good, but for some reason, had this idea, like, inspired for this game somewhat of, what if instead of this Gashu, so at least call Miley. She can hand down judgment on any misconduct. So you're gonna use Miley. You're just gonna use Reko for this. Reko for that. And I'm probably gonna accidentally click past Reko's stuff. Because I'm like not anticipating it happening. Even though that's what really matters with this repeat. But the thought of, you ever heard of the Lacrimosa from Mozart's Requiem? We need more of that kind of stuff in these games, especially during executions. Okay, so that was just a pause. Anyway. I don't know why I get to choose, there's only one option. If we logic it out, I'm sure we can figure out who is the sacrificing keymaster without going around suspecting each other. If everyone speaks honestly, would they lie? It's like Kaiji's dialogue is interchangeable in there. Fine, I get it, but I'm bored, Kaiji. And so I'm gonna say it. Sao, you're the most suspicious in my book. Huh? Wait, Reko! Sao contributed so much to our escape. I know that, but then who do I vote for? Eh? I can't possibly choose anybody else. If I'm gonna vote, it's gotta be for Sao. This is how I really feel. This is how I really feel! Sao, get a grip, be honest, and clear our doubts. Shut up. I'm telling you, say what you're really... Not fine being first candidate. Why? After all, I'm the sacrifice. Yeah, he always does this. Well, were you even listening to us? This ain't the time to say your role. Was there a rule against confessing your own? So I see. Now, what are you saying? Shut up. Ain't it you who used her? So yeah, she's basically saying the same things as Alice was saying so far. They've generally acted together. Sao should be the one who can prove her worth. Let's see, Kana was... okay. Okay. I have to do a click. I had to do a click game. Forgot these were in the trial. I think I failed. Okay, never mind. Can I be fine with just him saying that? That's... okay, keep going. Okay. Oh. Don't talk about people like tools, okay? Finger marks. Hind. Okay, I guess you're supposed to do this. Forget. Okay. So if you haven't heard of Mozart's Requiem, essentially, shortly before he died, Mozart got a, an anonymous commission, from, well, it was some sort of, like, random duke, who wanted a requiem likely to claim, like, to claim that he was the one who wrote it. Um, yeah, Count Franz von Walsegg. Yeah, so his wife died, and then he wanted a requiem for it, but for some reason he didn't want to tell Mozart that he was the one who commissioned it. Anyway, that's very suspicious of wanting to claim that he composed the requiem himself. Anyway, because Mozart got sick with some unknown illness, and he was only 35, which was pretty young, but you know, for Vienna in those days, not like what you would think of as a 35-year-old today. And so he didn't finish it. But ironically, because he was dying, but basically a requiem is something that you sing at the funeral mass, for a Catholic funeral. And it's ironic that what he was writing when he was dying was a requiem. And he told his wife that he felt like he was writing his own requiem for himself. I forgot how you do this one. They talk to each other separately. Separated by Sal's bedroom door. You think Blake blackmailed me or something? Surprise, Guitar said he would give me his tokens in exchange. Okay. I don't know if this is how you do this. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. So he only finished the orchestral parts and the choir parts for the very first movement of the Requiem, which I believe is called the Introitus. And then he finished all the way down through the offertorium, the choir, just the choir parts, and then the orchestral parts for maybe occasionally if it was something he thought would be important, or in the instrumental breaks between the choir part when the choir wasn't singing. With not completing one exception, which is one of the specific poems you sing in a Catholic Requiem Mass, now is the Lacrimosa, in which he only wrote the first 8 bars. And of course, past the, whatever you call it, the offertorium, he didn't write anything. His wife wanted the money for the Requiem, and so she had asked Mozart's student, who is Sussmayer, to finish it, and then pretend like Mozart finished it, so forged a signature of Mozart, and then turned it into the commissioner. As being completed, so she could get paid. And so what Sussmayer had to do was finish the remaining parts of the Requiem, write the orchestral parts for the parts that Mozart didn't write, and finish the Lacrimosa. But what's interesting about that is that it could be that he finished, like, the offertorium, like that was the last thing he wrote before he died. It isn't necessarily the Lacrimosa, but the Lacrimosa was what was incomplete. So it could possibly be that that was the last thing he wrote before he died. And the first 8 bars of the Lacrimosa is very iconic. I just skipped Reko's line again. I skipped it again. It's like asking, what's the point of this even if I keep skipping your lines? I should just not hold down the spacebar. Okay. I don't think Kaiji says anything important. that's only like a 3-minute long choir piece. The only thing, part of it that Mozart actually wrote was, okay, this is some Reko stuff, but it was the first 2 bars of the orchestra parts and the first 8 bars of the 8 orchestra parts and the choir, and then 6 more bars of choir. So the orchestra parts under the choir, that was all written by Sussmayer. In most versions you find, although there's some like modern ones where they change it up and try to add old scraps and so on. And the choir after the first 8 bars. Anyway. After we had done looking, we sort of split up what searching here and there. I don't have a whole alibi or nothing, but I ain't the culprit. Okay, I can actually click on this again. After Sarah suddenly took off running, we stayed and looked at the laptop, but there wasn't much else. Okay. So that's kind of the same thing that Alice said. Not important. Of course, a different personality, but the same content. You just have to extract everything. Of course, no one knows why Mozart died. He just got a fever and then just passed away. Apparently there was texture on his skin though as well. Yeah. Pretty amazing you can knock out Kutaro. Stun guns are dangerous stuff. This one you use the stun gun. You actually say that you knew about the stun gun? This trial was pretty easy, I repeat. But then you go down... Oh, that settles it. It was you who used the stun gun to knock Kutaro out. I give. I skipped that. Kind of go down the rabbit hole, and you think about Mozart's death. That kind of leads to the topic of... Come to think of it, I was wondering about how now spent most of the first half in the Room of Lies. Okay. Let's do this extract. Though actually, maybe it was just tough for her to stay in her room because of the fake Mishima. See, no point in suspecting her if we know the reason, isn't that right, Sarah? If no other reason, then sure. Again, it's probably not important. That's okay, she suspects Kaiji because of the video. Kind of leads to the topic of Beethoven's death. And Beethoven's death is tragic. Because he, unlike Mozart, he actually had an autopsy, I think, ordered by himself on himself. And whoever performed the autopsy found severe sclerosis of his liver and something wrong with his pancreas, his spleen twice the size it was supposed to be, and his ocular nerves were thinned. And you would think that his liver was so far gone, particularly because he was so addicted to so much of an alcoholic. And that's what killed him, is he just drank too much wine. And there's some crazy debate about this, not everybody agrees, but Beethoven liked to drink cheap wine, which at the time, apparently, I don't really understand this, but if you add lead to wine, it makes it taste better. Particularly, like, the lead was in the sugar they put in the wine. Particularly in cheaper wine. It's not like Beethoven was poor or anything. Beethoven was sufficiently well off, he could probably afford stuff besides cheap wine. He just apparently just liked the cheap stuff better. Just liked the taste of the lead in the wine. So the video. But the thing that's debatable is whether or not the lead in the wine had anything to do with why he lost his hearing. Because his ear nerves potentially have gotten damaged by lead. That being said, he started losing his hearing at age 26, and I don't know if he was so dependent on alcohol at that time. But that would mean that it would not be an autoimmune disease or something. He basically killed himself by drinking excessive amounts of wine with lead in it. And took away his own hearing by just drinking wine with lead in it. So this one's correct. And what makes that worse is, probably because of Beethoven's own fault, he became unable to hear his own Ninth Symphony and unable to hear his own late string quartets. Beethoven could not hear his own Grand Fugue, essentially. All he could do is write it down and imagine what it would sound like. I skipped some Reko dialogue by accident, because I forgot what this is. That might be one of our greatest allies. Sao should be left out. I mean, didn't he say it was a sacrifice to start? It's because Sao's the sacrifice that he's saying such rotten stuff. If he spouts suspicious stuff and loses our trust, he can get us to vote for him. Leave him out and his heart should calm down. But I wonder if just leaving him out will make him say what he's really thinking. For an ally, he's a real pain, huh? Okay. This is kind of weird considering that we know Sao's the sacrifice. Sao's the sacrifice. In hindsight, that dialogue's like, she is like trying to, like, get rid of suspicion that she's the sacrifice by saying that stuff. That being said, if you haven't listened to Beethoven's Grand Fugue, it's okay, not exactly short, but it's this piece of music that a lot of the YouTube comments actually on underneath it will say, like, I don't understand this. This seems kind of random. My response is, well, I mean, you may not be able to understand all of it, but like, dun 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 dun. I mean. Surely you can pick up like at least a theme. Whatever. Don't try to sing a fugue ever. Or sing Beethoven, unless it's Ode to Joy. It's like impossible. Don't do that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I already did this one. She wants Sarah to live. She's Arcana because they're kids. I think I've already did these last minute trades, failed. Oh, this one. Okay, I don't know what I was doing there. Gah! What should we do? The victim's gonna be one of the ones we nominate, remember? We really should discuss some more. Okay. Let's just vote. Kinda random, but... It's goofy. Incidentally, my rules commenter got that. Skip that again. Big Sister Reko got it. Meow. Okay. Trading cards require 50 tokens. Only so many people can make trades. Okay. The token rankings had Kyutaro in first and Gin in last, as I heard right. If I heard right. Me, you, and now we're near the bottom, right? I don't think we had enough tokens to trade cards. Okay, statements are made it through all 5 trades. There are 4 trades. Okay. Yep, conflict those. Okay, no, that's wrong. Actually, did you have sacrifice from the start? I skipped one of her lines. No, that ain't it. First guy I had was commoner. For real? Who'd you trade what for what? Okay. Claims that's not true. At first I was a commoner. You can trade what got traded. You're gonna have to tell us all the details of the third trade. Third trade happened while everyone was sharing the laptop. The third trade happened while everyone was sharing a laptop. I was worried because you were acting strange, Sarah. To think you'd been traded the sacrifice. You're gonna make that trade on the spot and then act all innocent. Something strange here. Okay. Right, so he didn't do it, someone else did it, which was Sao, because he had the tablet and the tokens. What? Oh, this one. Futaro couldn't do the third trade. Oh. Affirm. Oops. Guess that was good enough. I missed one of them. Okay. That's enough for two. That's enough for 2 trades. Okay. What are you talking about? Then sacrifices Kaiji? Nope. It's all about fabrication. Okay, so it's Sal's spouting a fabrication. Okay. So in the fourth trade, Kaiji and Kyutaro's cards got traded. That's getting confused. Okay. Yeah, Sal thought he was gonna die, and so he like went super cutthroat and tried to kill off Sarah. That's what the whole like opening cutscene to the chapter 2 part 2 is. Okay, let's go through these. Kaiji didn't have any tokens. Power of that card, even by noticing Kyutaro's Keymaster. Okay, so... I think this is how you get out of it that, Kaiji had the sage. Nope. Okay. It had something to do with that statement. Does this work? No. Remember, it was much easier than that. Policeman didn't have any tokens, so he couldn't do the fourth trade, correct? Kaiji noticed something was up with me, and I handed Kaiji all my tokens. Okay, so this is the things that conflict. Okay. Okay. Go through this thing where I figure out that Kaiji had the sage the whole time, and he did not trade a Keymaster to you, somebody else did. Don't be stupid, you're a candidate now. If the discussion leads to you getting picked... Kaiji, it's your turn to die, Sal. That's how it'll end. We can't do that, Kaiji. As long as we have time, we should seek the truth. Alright. Just like Sal predicted. But in his dream, Sara is the one who said that, not Kaiji. If Kaiji's the Keymaster, Sal, Kana, and Now should be the Sai, Kana, or Now should be the sacrifice, right? If Kaiji is the Keymaster, Sao, Kana, or Now should be a sacrifice, right? Sorry, you really didn't have tokens, right? You didn't hand someone the sacrifice? Please believe me. Alright. In that case, it's gotta be someone with tokens who made it to the final vote, yeah? Sao or Kana? Kutaro's sage power should let him see that Kaiji's the Keymaster. Then is that possibility 0? That's not important. That one was quick. He was given a spare in the prep room. But that doesn't mean we can just vote for Kana or Now either. Again, one line was skipped. Sao is an absolute no-go. He's the most likely to pull this kind of trick. Okay. But I can't choose Now or Kana. Right, and you would say, okay, Kana traded away the sacrifice because she had more tokens, which is true, but yeah, but Goshu cheated. That's the answer to this. The least probability, you need a certain amount of tokens to take the sacrifice from Sarah Luke's trade. Bucket Girl had a lot of tokens, so makes us now only have a little. Okay. This isn't really a conflict, this is just a support. So it's kind of abusing the mechanic, but whatever. Let's just extract. I was with Nal on the stairs for most of the time. Which is true. I eventually went to check the rubble-blocked exit. It was always the same hopeless situation, though. So I do know what Nal was doing in that time. Now I know what that Sarah please save me means. It's gonna come out in the end. Okay, I skipped that by accident. You can't trust electronics. The tablet errored and the tray got messed up. Okay. It ain't unthinkable, right, Sarah? Okay. Sal hacked the cards. We know that's not that's not true. Okay, so we want to something about Gashu. Saying the coot tampered with the car movement. With 24 hours, we could make another shot at escape. You think he had to sacrifice to go to someone he wanted to kill? That's correct. Probably do this. I know you use the 4 papers eventually, but I already tried this, I think, and it doesn't work. Gashu had something to gain from tampering with the trade. If there's somebody Gashu didn't want to die, it'd be Kana. Do you do this nonsense? Okay, it's nonsense because it's nonsense. I think I did all the extracts, right? Wait, really? You have to click there isn't before you use it? What? That's silly. Okay. I was gonna use the evidence. You have to say no, there is no evidence, and then use the evidence. Okay, this is going to remind you of the names on the blackboard. Yes, that's how the plot works. Four of us participants whose names aren't listed here. Okay. Roster's missing the names of those. Okay, well that's just a confirmation, but we'll just do it. Okay, so she says something about being a trivial issue that I skipped. I skipped some more stuff. Who is this? One of us. Do a click thing. I'll reveal your true self. Explain the percentages. This gives you. How would they figure that out? Because they tested it with AIs. So his chances of survival was 0.04% or less. Skip some Reko dialogue. Doesn't matter what. Find something connected to this transgression. So there only being 16 names makes you wonder, right? There only being 16 names makes you wonder, right? Sao seemed to believe these were accurate to our chances of victory. But what about the chances of the 4 who aren't listed? Who knows, their actions could even affect the chances of these 16. Maybe the reason they're not on here is because those 4 are dolls or something? Dolls. That's important. The dubstep has ended. I haven't looked at this thoroughly. So Sao's 0%, his name is actually Shin Tsukimi. Call him Shin Splint Zucchini. Hinaku is pretty low, okay. Gin is also pretty low, but actually he's pretty, like, judging from the plot, he's actually pretty high because he's a well-used. His character has been spent. And if you kill off a character, there's a tendency to do a lot with them in that moment. And if your character's already been spent, there isn't much you can do, so there's a tendency to not kill them off. Kana, 2.7. Okay. Kazumi, 3. Megumi, 4.9. Didn't work out too well. Wanmaro, 5.3. Alice, 6.6. Mai, 7.5 didn't work. Reko, 7.7. Anzu 8, Shunsuke 8.2, Kyutaro 8.8, Kaiji 9.5, Naomichi 9.9, 15.5. Well, those percentages didn't really reflect the results, do they? I guess the power of plot is better than the power of numerical simulation. Or the power of plot's more powerful than the lesser important plot. Because I have a different version of this artwork with Reko or Alice in it right there. Dubstep's back. Okay. So then 40, okay, is the switch. Okay. Let's do the thing. So we're gonna do the vote for Kana one first. Like, just stop it! Yeah. Okay, vote. We have now's proposition. I gotta presume this, I'm not gonna bother with the now ending because I presume it's gonna be the same no matter what you choose here. Okay, so I'm gonna do Kana dies, Sao survives, because that's the one I skipped dialogue in last time. I'm trying to be more thorough. Thank you, Sarah. Why? Why did you choose me? I'll never forgive you, Sarah. Sorry, before I go, could you give me a hug? Yeah. You're warm. Well then, I'll announce the results. The Keymaster was Kaiji Shinogi, the Sage was Gyutaro Burgerberg, the Sacrifice was now Ego Koro. I see, so this was your answer, Sarah. Now. It's strange. I shouldn't stop shaking from I couldn't stop shaking from fear. But the moment you decided that stopped. I'm glad. I'm glad I didn't have to betray you all. Now. Reko, I'm glad I could meet you. I should be saying that if you weren't around now, thank you. Now. Haha, wonder if I'll meet the professor over there. I wanted to finish that painting. Well, it's time for the execution. Wait. Miss Sarah, take this. It's an instant death switch. Unless you want your suffering to be long, you just have to press it. Don't push it. Begin. Saying these things as blood's coming out of her abdomen and face. Now these are making sense. That's not very creative, and you. Okay, so I will go through this quickly. I couldn't push the button. To the very end now said you didn't want to die. There was no way I could push it. Once again, I couldn't protect them. They died again. Next is Kana. Wait. Stop it already, please, Soflin. Don't move. That's Gashu's. You come near Kana, I'll shoot. It's futile. Kana's execution won't be changing. Why? Ain't you different from Gashu and Miley? You carried out her execution with such a pained look. You don't really want this, do you? And it's programmed in. You don't understand, do you? I've always been your enemy, you see. I'm coming closer. Oh. The gun let out a click. It was empty, I see. It's fine now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sarah. Kana. Please take care of Sal. Everyone get along together. Activating color device, the human flower. Erg. My neck hurts. Just now, human flower seeds were injected by your necklace through your body. Stop, Soflin, what are you doing? Please be at ease, you won't suffer like Miss now. Roots will spread throughout your body, and feeling a comfortable numbness, she'll die beautifully. And now they will bloom. Think of Kana whenever you buy a product from Superflower Computer. If you're not familiar with that, they make power supplies. They were once the original equipment manufacturer for EVGA, for EVGA's power supplies. They aren't anymore. EVGA contracts out to FSP and Seasonic now, but they once were. So long as the flowers don't wilt, her body will always be preserved beautifully. I chose logic, the worst possible choice. So she chose Kana. Oh, she's saying we're gonna like put this into the narrative by saying that Sarah chose Kana because she needed Sao alive because she thought Sao was needed to escape. Anyway, I'll kill you. Worthless. It's all worthless. The floor masters. Sarah. Every one of the riffraff. I'll kill every one of you who killed Kana. That's right. And first will be Sarah. Because I weirdly hate this person. Because her percentage is so high on the docks. Wonder where Sao is. I searched around, my mind dazed. I couldn't save Now or Kana. I don't care. I don't want to look at that really anymore. For now, I'll look for Sao. My feet moves as they are guided by something. Some sort of premonition is calling me. Some sort of plot is calling me. Okay. Ding. The screen is glowing. I wonder what it is. I gaze at the screen absent-mindedly. Yo, Sarah. Eh? This is some kind of joke again? There's a familiar face. The face of my best friend who I saw at school. Joe? Inconceivable. It's another hallucination. I've finally broken down. Because there shouldn't be an AI of Joe. But that doesn't matter to me right now. Joe, is that you, Joe? Yep, so looks like you've been well. You murderer. Eh? I should have understood this. This was a hallucination, a false Joe I created. Wait, I shouldn't respond to it. Let me hear it. Who'd you kill this time? You're wrong, I didn't kill. Gotta ignore it. You voted, didn't you? You sacrificed someone weaker than you to survive. No, it's wrong, Joe. I mean, this isn't Joe. Sorry, you've really changed. Pant and gasp. I can't breathe. I'm being killed by my hallucinations. What's your excuse for this time, Sarah? You aren't Joe. Don't show yourself to me, please. Just give me a break, forgive me. Can't do that, Sarah. You know how much I suffered? I'll show you once more. Eh? Sarah? Are you okay, Sarah? Okay, so I can go through this. No, I can't. Wow, that was Reko dialogue. It's like, as soon as I started to speed up, that happened. Who is Joe? Okay. I mean, I'll just grab it from the chapter select, so it doesn't really matter. I need a save file for that combination. Just for completeness, I'm going to click through. Stupid, don't say that. Okay, there we go. I got the line. You're right, Kutaro. I don't think Con is a burden at all. My vote is for Sal. Okay. That's true, I did want to kill you. That's why you aren't mistaken at all. That's good. Now, I should be saying that if it weren't around now, Thank you. Now. I have to do this again. So much clicking. Sara, I'm okay now. Okay, is that the line I was looking for? Well, I accidentally skipped that one. Oh, so this is kind of interesting. So this happens only if you vote for Sarah to be executed. Okay, you're doing well, Sarah. Your father's glad you've survived. Now let's begin, shall we? The final death game. And that's it for that nonsense. Next time I'm actually gonna, like, progress further on into the game and not just haphazardly click through stuff I've already done and make an episode out of it. Not really. So, next one will actually make some sort of sense. Although I will have to go through it in 4 different combinations, which is not gonna be fun.